So Notability and GoodNotes are both really powerful note-taking apps just on their own. But if you really want to take your notes to the next level, you can add these really beautiful titles to your notes to really spice things up and make things look really professional. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that to take some really incredible looking notes. And obviously this is not something that you necessarily have to do every time you take notes, but if you want to make like a really nice study guide that you want to look back on for years to come, then you might want to add a little bit of professionalism to your notes so that they just look really aesthetic and appealing for you in the future. So I'll show you this Notability example. This is one I did a year or two ago, where if you look at these words in blue here, you can see that they are like this very nice looking font. I didn't handwrite that. These are actually titles that I made. And you can also see at the top the main title transcription. Obviously didn't handwrite that. This eukaryotes thing. So if you want to add a little fun and personality to your notes, there's a really easy way to do that. And your notes can also end up looking something like this. This is more recently what I did for microbiology. These titles here, you can see that everything here is all typed, and these headings that you're seeing here are from the title generator that I made and I'm about to show you how to do right now. So basically, in order to do this, it's very simple. All you need to do is download this app called Studio. Now, it used to be called Over, but it was bought by GoDaddy, and now it's called Studio. You can see I have it pulled up here, and it's completely free. You can just sign in with your Google account. You won't get all the features that you would get if you pay for it, called Studio Pro, but I have been using it, just a free version, and it has been perfectly fine for me. So you can see here that I have a couple of pre-made titles that you have seen on the notes that I showed you. So let's go ahead and just click on one of these. So let's click on antifungal drugs. So once you come into one of your projects, all you have to do is select it, and you can change the text and edit it any way you want. So you can have it say whatever you like. So let's say let's call this antibacterials. Okay, then you click on the check mark up here, and then you're good to go. So what you can end up doing is changing the font, the color, the size, and it's really easy to do. So all you do is you click on what you have here, and then you click on edit, and then at the bottom of the screen you can see that there are a whole bunch of different fonts that you can scroll through. So the one I liked is called Windtalker Sans, but there's a whole bunch of other fonts that you can scroll through and choose, and you can style it, you can add color to it, you can change the size, but in the end none of that really matters. You get to make that all up for yourself. What's going to happen though is once you're done editing your title, you're going to go up to this up on the right here and click on this check mark, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start to share it. So in order to share it, you're going to click on this button in the top right here. On the bottom here, you can go ahead and click where it says more, and it's going to pop up some people that you can share it with. But basically, if you see here, there's an option to copy it. So you just go ahead and click copy. And once it's copied, you go back to your note-taking app of choice. So we'll go to GoodNotes in this example. And all you have to do is right-click, paste, and there you have it. So once I paste it, what I like to do is I like to actually crop it a little bit. So I'll go ahead and click on that. I'll click crop, and I just like to make it just the text because I don't want a lot of white space around it when I'm moving it around. There you go, I cropped that, and then you can go ahead and resize it, drag it where you like, and now you have a really professional looking title in your notes. So what we can do here now is we can go ahead and say I change the background color of this page. So if I change the template and I make this color yellow or dark. So you can see that when you copy the title, it has a transparent background, so there's no white box around it. So it's only saving the text, which is great. This is exactly what you want for your notes. So even if your notes are not a white background, this will still work because it makes it a transparent background so you can have really professional looking text. And I think this actually looks really cool with this black text on GoodNotes. So now I'm going to show you the same thing, but I'm going to do it on Notability. So let's go ahead and go to Notability, and it's the same process. It's just a simple copy and paste. So you go to Notability, you hold down anywhere and you click paste, and there you go. Now you have your text, and it's the same thing. I like to crop it first just so that I have just the text. I don't want to be dealing with this whole box when I'm like moving it around with the lasso tool or something. And then I can go ahead and put it where I want. And this is actually really nice. Notability has this snap to align feature, which I forgot about, which I don't think GoodNotes does as well. But you can go ahead and put it here, and then you can resize it and make it as big as you want. Let's make it a little bit small. We'll make it that size. That sounds good. We'll go ahead and leave that here. And then again, we're gonna go to the templates and we're gonna change the template. So let's go ahead and make it like a blue template and apply this. So now you can see here that actually when I first did this, when I was first using this like a couple years ago, I actually do have the white box. So what you wanna do is to make sure you don't have this white box is go back to Studio, and on the bottom here where it says export settings, make sure you're saving it as a PNG and not as a JPEG or a PDF. If you take a look here, it says save with high quality with transparency, and I check that as my default. So that ensures that every time I export it, it's going to be transparent and I won't have these white boxes like I have here when I was first messing around with this, and I didn't realize that I needed to do that. So that's something to keep in mind. But that's about it. This is how you can export your titles. I'll just go through a couple other ones that I've used. So I'll go ahead and close this one. So another font that I really like is this one here. Let's edit this. This font is called Goon, and I kind of like the way it looks. It looks a little bit more informal, more casual. It's a little easier on the eyes. So I really enjoy that one. This is another one I like for my main titles on GoodNotes. This one is called Hello Beautiful. So when I'm in my GoodNotes making my main titles here for my notebooks, I really like the way this looks. It looks really professional to me. And if you look at this, at all my folders here, you can see that even for my cell biology one, I keep it very uniform. I just change the color of the font, but I keep the same font throughout to keep it very uniform. So I have a little bit of continuity between all the different notebooks. This is like a nice subheading sort of font that I've been using. This one is called Cookies and Cream. So I like that it looks a little bit handwriting-ish, so I think it looks very good for like subheadings, especially when you pair it with this font that I use in GoodNotes for the main body of the text. So here's the Cookies and Cream font that I used in Studio, and then this text here is actually straight from GoodNotes. This one is marker felt thin. I believe this one is noteworthy. Actually, I believe these are all noteworthy. Sorry. All of these fonts here are noteworthy, which is native to GoodNotes, and I believe it's also native to Notability. But the good thing is you don't have to handwrite, you don't have to type your notes like I do. I just personally like the way everything looks very clean, the way when it's typed, because I'm not a huge fan of my own handwriting, and I also like that you can fit things a little bit easier when it's typed and it's a little bit easier to align, because I'm not a machine, so I'm not very perfect with my handwriting, and I'm not artistic enough, unfortunately. But if you are very good with your handwriting, or you just like your handwriting, then obviously you can keep your handwriting as part of your notes as well. But this was just a quick way for me to show you how to add these types of titles to your notes on Notability and GoodNotes. Hopefully this was helpful. This is really fun to do. It'll really improve your notes, I think, and kind of take them to the next level. But that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.